Welcome to this Surface Free review. This video is split into 5 parts: the unboxing, the review after 1 day, camera testing, benchmarking, and my conclusions of the product. It contains a quad-core Intel Atom Z8700 processor, 2 GB of RAM with 64 GB of storage, a 8.802.11 AVG and N and AC Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth 4.0. It contains a 10.8-inch clear type Full HD display with a 3.2 aspect ratio, 10-point multi-touch, USB 3.0, a mini display port, a micro USB charging port, a headphone jack, and a micro SD and a 3.5 megapixel front facing camera, 8 megapixel rear facing camera, microphone, and stereo speakers with Dolby audio. It comes with Windows 8.1 Home with the upgrade of Windows 10 and the 1 year of Office 365 with OneDrive cloud storage. The whole unit was, with the additional type cover, cost £479, but I did not get the pen because it will go over my budget of £500. I brought the unit from a UK retailer called Argos, but you can get the bundle from any major electronics stores wherever you are located at. The packaging was slightly different from the normal Surface Free packaging, as it's all in one box rather than the normal one which you would have to have in 2 boxes, one for the base unit and one for the type cover. So sit back and enjoy the review of the Surface Free. We'll be unboxing the Microsoft Surface Free with type cover. This came in 1 box instead of 2 boxes, and this is like Surface Free. I did get the 64 gig version because I don't want to spend a bunch of money on this. Surface Free plus type cover. Just focus. It includes Microsoft Surface Free, Windows 8.1, Office 365. So they didn't upgrade this to Windows 10, I believe. So you have to upgrade it manually. 1 year subscription for 1 user power supply. Support for Wi-Fi 802.11 ABG NAC while Bluetooth 4.0. And system requirements: high-speed internet access, Microsoft account, all that stuff, warranty, all that stuff. And it comes in other languages. As you can see, it comes with a type cover and the thing there. Okay, so I did briefly look at this. It says package contains UK English key layout. So let's just open this, and it's kind of dodgy doing this in one hand, so we'll be right back. So the whole entire thing comes in 2 separate boxes. That's the Surface Free, obviously, and this is the Surface Free type cover. I like the red one, but black will suit me. Surface Free type cover, compatible with Surface Free. Classic typing experience with backlit keys, good. So here it is unboxed. As you can see, there's, from this illustration, it can go up, it can insert, have a magnet, and flip around. And this Surface booklet, well, it just tells you about keeping your device clean, regulated infrared, warranty, all of that stuff. So that could go. And let's look at this thing here. Actually very light, very sturdy. Key field attack. And yes, a pretty decent keyboard. I can't really comment on it this time of day. Or night, actually. So, we just get that away. Get that away. And let's see the main attraction. This is what you've all been waiting for. Microsoft Surface 3. As you can see, it's Microsoft Surface 3. 64 gig, 2 gigs of RAM. Includes Microsoft Surface 3, yada yada yada. It's like the same thing. This is the Surface 3. You probably guessed that. Let me just open this little compartment here. It's a bit dodgy doing this with one hand, so apologies for not doing this correctly. Inside this little compartment here, we've got the oopsie. Here's the power cord, and this is a UK one. And here it looks like those Apple things, and you just plug it in the wall. I'll be yeah, it's like those Apple things, if you know what I mean. You just like put it on, but I can't do that without a tripod, so this is gonna be very dodgy. Nearly did it. The cord is pretty long. It's longer than my phone charger, which is a Nokia Lumia 735, and it is a micro USB, and it has a little LED there. Just plug that. Last but not least is the Surface 3 upside down. So it has a plethora of ports compared to other tablets. Got the tablet right here. Just step that aside, and we got a Surface book. Well, not a Surface book like the laptop, but it's like a book about the Surface. Okay, this is Surface 3 book, everything, and it just goes on about the accessories, the getting started, all the stuff we're gonna do. And the pen, I did not get a pen with this because, as you know, I didn't want to spend much money on this. And this is like the warranty guide, stuff, yada yada yada, all the stuff we need to know. And this little compartment. Take that side. Next is for the main show. And I'll take this plastic thing off if I could do it, you know. So I managed to get that out without dropping it. First, right. So this is the power button. This is volume up, volume down. This is this is a mini display port. This is a USB port, and this is micro USB for charging. As you can see, here's nothing, and at the bottom it says Microsoft, and that's the keyboard thing. And it has a camera. I didn't actually look what camera this is, but it's just a camera with a flash. And yeah, it looks big. Well, it's not big as the Surface Pro 4, but it's big enough for me. And it has a camera there, as there. So let's plug this into the wall. What we'll do now is get the plug, flick on the switch, and let's hope this cable works. I did put it in the kickstand. I'll show you how to do that later. Basically, what we're gonna do is connect this up to the AC power supply and just bring this over. Sorry if it's a bit dodgy. Obviously it's dodgy because it's a noises, but anyway, here we go. So we're just gonna take this on. Oh look, it's gone white already. If I could just get on, and it's illuminated. So and this kickstand, by the way, goes in 3 positions, that and that. Don't really know who would use that position, the far recline situation, but that would be good for typing. That'll be good for typing and stuff. So there we go. You just pick on this magnetic, can lean on that, or it could be completely flat. I prefer that. Looks nicer. So let's turn this on. That's the power button, by the way. Ooh, nice. And it shows surface. It's very crisp from here. Very crisp. And it does its Windows 8 thing. Oh, it flashed. It flashed at me. And it's Microsoft is spying on us. So it's surface. You can't see how crystal clear that is. That is crisp. Even for a tablet, that is crisp. It's just gonna take its doodly stuff. Let's see how the backlit feature works. This is just FN, and this doesn't. It kind of gets illuminated. So region and language, we're in English. English. Oh, this is just country or region. We are that's all correct. Hit next. And license terms I set. Who reads this? And let's go through the basics. So green. Green. That's my colour. PC name. It could be the Surface Free. Surface Free. If it just focused. There we go. And then get a line. We connect it to the home wireless network, so which I will do. So it automatically set it up my account from my main PC, which is running Windows 10. So we'll see how it does after restarting. I just want to say it's really quiet. It's silent. Can't really hear it, but it's really silent. I can't believe how silent this thing is. And it's just repeated. It says it's UV bias thing is surface. And there we go. Yeah, I'm pretty amazed by it so far, but how does it stack in real world performance? I'm going to test that in a minute. Not in a minute, it'll be a minute for you guys. Okay, surface, and it's got this little thing. A little thing I could have stand for works. Hi, hello. We'll be setting things up for you. So basically it'll be setting up in its Windows 8 consensus, and this is going to be like the really long one. So it says let's start. Already it recommends us to upgrade to Windows 10. Obviously we'll be doing that. I think the media decoration tool, this green color is choosing that, but it recommends us to upgrade to Windows 10. Even though it's not as harsh in, we'll just hit upgrade. Great, we'll start your free update. Obviously, it chosen my background here, which is nice. If we hit that button, start screen, very nice, very nice. Hit the calendar, just that. But yeah, it's very nice. I like it. So we'll it comes with full year Office, which is nice. My new favorite word. Nice. Here's all the apps, and it's very nice. I wouldn't need a start menu for this because it's with this because it's just touch, and basically when you connect this Surface, just turn the backlight on. When you connect this Surface keyboard, it will go to tablet to desktop mode, which is really good. Okay. So what we'll do is like a day from here, like tomorrow, I'll get to play with the device, and tomorrow or 24 hours we'll see how this device performs. Anyway, we'll see you a firmware update. Yes, was 139. Gosh, they should really upgrade this to Windows 10 already. It makes life so much easier. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, my friends. Bye. So I've installed Windows 10 on it, and we'll just go through the consensus of the device. At the side, we've got a headphone jack, a micro USB for charging, a USB, and a mini display port. Under the hood, we've got the micro SD slot and some details over there, and this can go up to 1, which is good for reading, or 2, which is good for I don't know, good 2, and 3. And there we go. We'll just stand this up. This is a type cover. It acts as a keyboard and a cover for the screen. And when we open it up, as you can see, it's backlit. It is this is a 1920 by 12,000 display, and this key, see, it runs. Now the original scaling was 150%. I decreased that to 125% to add more room on it, as you can see. So here it is. There. Now this runs a Win32 applications, unlike the Surface and Surface 2, which runs Windows RT applications from the Windows Store. So this runs full Windows applications, as you can see, .NET framework and all the stuff. So we'll go through the device specs. So as you can see, it's Windows 10 Home, Surface 3, Surface. It is an Intel Atom X7 Z8700 CPU, and there's 4 of them, 4 cores. It's UEFI all the stuff. It's a 2GB model. It's a 64GB eMMC card, so it's not an SSD. So, which is kind of slower than an SSD. It's like an SD card. And yeah, that's all this stuff. But if you see it from the naked eye, it is more sharper. And it is absolutely amazing. I love the backlick function of this keyboard. It makes it look more beautiful. I did not get a pen, but you can get a pen for an additional £50. So, you know, have a pen. You can draw, write, and yeah, draw and write. Just start here. Love. Now, the one thing I would like to note is that I'm using it on desktop mode. Tablet mode to me is really unusable. You can see an article on it which I put in the description, but it's really unusable. Do not like tablet mode. I like desktop mode. Even though even if this keyboard thing wasn't here, I would still prefer desktop mode over tablet mode. But in Windows 8.1, I don't need desktop. I could just use the tablet. But here I like using the desktop mode, which is really nice. And we'll see how Google Earth runs. And as you can see, Google Earth runs very fast. And we can zoom into here. And if we want to... And it's not built for multi-touch, but if we zoom in right into China, and then zoom out of China, now we can see how good it is. Right into the Bay of Biscay, and right out. So yeah, very nice. I've also installed paint.net, which is L32. It's a Windows desktop application, and if we can run it here, yes, if you can't see that, yeah, it's better through the so yes, it does run Windows 32 applications. Oh, right. And I love how open and free, because in the Surface 3 and in the Surface 2 and Surface the original, it ran our ARM application, so this one is so much better. And you can write Visual Basic on Windows or Visual Studio on Windows. It can run Firefox, it can run loads of applications. So yeah, very good. And at the night it's even more usable because of this backlight thing. So yeah. And just to show you the clarity of the display and how loud it is, we've got 1080p display. That is loud. That is really loud. But the only concern is the black bars at the top and the bottom. So the black bars ruin the experience. Anyway, let's stop that. That's too loud. Nah. And yeah. And for me, the keys are really easy to type on. It's like a full-size keyboard, but it's not. What you get from me is, and it's really nice to type on. And I love the keyboard as well. So I love the keyboard and how easy it is to type. Because I was typing my script the only scripted element in this whole section is at the end, and you can see I was typing it at midnight, and that's really nice, and I could type really fast. And I love the way they included Office. That is a really kind thing, but it is a 1 year Office, so bear that in mind. I will now show you some sample photos from the Surface 3. Due to an error message, I could not be able to record video from the Surface 3. So instead, I've taken some Photoshop and even took a front Photoshop for you to enjoy. So the first test will be running 3D Mark. We got all of these things here: Fire Strike, and Skydive, and Cloudgate, and Ice Storm. We're just gonna run the primary tests, and it's just gonna run the system info. And we'll be back. So first one is Ice Storm. So we'll be back after music. So that was Ice Storm. And next demo is Ice Storm graphics test. So that was just a demo. And we're getting an FPS of 50-60 FPS. and frames is about that, and it's 12 seconds, so we're getting an FPS of 70, 50, 60, around 60 of that region. So yeah, so it's about 60. Just gonna do graphics test 2. And we're getting a frame rate of 50, 60. So it's very hard to see from this camera. 60. Yeah, around 60 again. But this is just a basic graphics test, so nothing really bad. Ooh, 40, 20, 20, 90, 60 again. 100. So yeah, around 60 again. Now, this is physics test. Test of physics. That's 50, 56, 56, 50, 40, 50, 50, 57, 56. So around 56, I think. And this is CloudGate demo. Ooh. Again, it still runs really fast on this one. Oh, I think this one's gonna hurt a lot on the Surface. Surface 3. Oh, you know, that's really slow. Yeah, that's gonna hinder the performance, I think. Yeah, you can see how slow that is. You know, inside is not that bad, but you know, could be me. So I think this is the higher one. Okay, so this is graphics test 1. And we are getting 9 frames per second. Ooh, a 10, 9, so around 10 or 9. Yeah, inside it's kind of better. Oh, so 9, about 10, 10. So I would guess 10 frames per second or 9. Yeah, 9, 10, 10. So this is graphics test 2. and here we're getting 10, 10, so it's around 10, 10, 10, 15, 14, 15, so average about 14, 12. So this one is around the 10 to 15, so 10 to 15, 12, 11, 10. So around average of about 12, I think. So this is the physics test now. I think this one's going to hinder it a lot. It could be. So this one is getting 10, 8, 7, 6, 5. Ooh, yeah, you can see that. So 5, 4. So around 5 frames per second. Because you can really, 5 frames per second. And this one is guide over the demo again. Ooh, so unexpected test. As you can see, it's just so we'll just close that one. Okay, so we'll be processing result for results. So this is Intel HD graphics version 4, Intel Atom. Ooh, what's this? It's just gonna Intel Atom view results online, so it's just gonna view results online. No, thank you. So it got a score of 2,257, and for CloudGate, and 15,197 for the ice storm. And you can see this score is actually below the Office PC. Well, we don't know what Office PC, so yeah, there we go. Graphics card, processor. So yeah. Now we're running PC Mark 8. We're just going to use the basic version, so benchmark. And we want to be at home. We'll run the accelerated test. So it's just gonna. So yet again, it has crashed. I've tried the conventional and and the accelerated, and it has both crashed. And if we close that, just get into it. As you can see, I've scored 0. Well, that's not true. So we'll just close that. So we won't bother with PC Mark 8 because that's broken. So we'll just run other tests. So now we're going to run HG2. Now this is going to test the performance of the hard drive. As you can see, it's a Hynix 62 gigabytes. How did that happen? Well, anyway, we got the benchmark. We got the. So as you can see, the minimum transfer rate is 55 megabytes. The maximum is 101 megabytes per second, and the average is 82 megabytes per second. So the next test we'll be doing is SuperPi. This will calculate pi. So we're just going to hit calculate, and we want it to be 32 millionth of a pi. Okay, finished in 19 seconds. So under 20 seconds. The next test is Nova Bench. So we're just going to start benchmark tests. And yes, all applications are closed. So this is pretty quick. And it got a score of 427. Now we'll start the C Software Sandra benchmarks. So, and then we'll do good home, just do overall score. Double tap and then press yes. So it's now benchmarking. As you can see, benchmarking has finished. Actually, this one's really good because it compares different tablet PCs to my tablet PC, which is orange, which is red, and as you can see, high scores means better performance. And yeah, and here's all the details. I do not know much about this ranking system, but there you go. And as you can see, it's ranked good performance. Now we're going to try the Unigen Heaven benchmark. Now this is a graphically intensive benchmark, so it's not really designed for the Surface Pro 3, Surface 3. But let's see how it goes. And we're going to be on high quality. As you can see, it runs very poorly, but this is on high settings and it is a graphical benchmark. So we're just going to hit benchmark. So you can see it's benchmarking. It's really poorly, but this is high settings again. And you can see the frame rate, 2 frames per second. Yes, it's around average of 2 to 3 to 4 frames per second. Now we're going to repeat this with lower settings. So So as you can see, it's finished. It's 62. It has a score of 62, and it's on high settings with tessellation disabled. After experiencing a full day with the Surface 3, I am ready to share some of my views on the 2GB version of the Surface 3. We will start off with the pros of the device. It has a fairly big display, but you may have to lower the scaling for such a low-end device in Microsoft territory. It is incredibly bright and crystal clear, and the whole device looks stylish and strong, and I love the type cover being slightly slanted for easier typing and backlit. Its battery life is absolutely amazing for a device that runs full Windows 10, but it really depends on what you will be using it for. Comparing it with my Toshiba Satellite L6655 from 2010 that only lasts for 1 hour is really impressive. Even though it uses significantly less RAM than the Toshiba, it booted faster than the 4GB Core i3 laptop, but considering this is from 2010, it is expected. I am also impressed by the free Office it provides for 1 year and the amount of features this has comparing it to the iPad or even an Android tablet. It is so silent, and it never gets hot in my hands while the Toshiba one burns. The biggest con with the Surface 2GB RAM model was the amount of storage space provided once you first boot up to Windows 8.1 and upgrade to Windows 10. I never understood people who had the 32GB, especially if it's a full version of Windows 10 or even Windows 8. Storage is one of the biggest downfalls of this device, as it leaves 7GB worth of documents after being filled with applications. The amount of RAM is not enough for multitasking, and certainly not enough for intensive applications such as games and video production, which also lowers the score significantly. There is also a higher 4GB of RAM and 128GB SSD edition, which costs more than the base model. Speaking of SSDs, this is not a traditional SSD, as the poor Intel Atom processor does not support SSDs. Instead, it uses an eMMC card, and it is slower than an SSD as it's technically an SD card. The relatively slow charger of the Surface is so slow because of that micro USB port that charges the powerful device. We did not see the Surface or the Surface 2 charger, which I feel is much more suited to the Surface 3. But this also means that you can plug your Surface 3 into any phone charger which has a USB port. Last but not least, the price. It costs £479 for the bundle, but if you want the 4GB RAM and 128 bundle, you will have to pay £479 plus £110, which equals £589, and if you want to add the pen into the bundle, which is £50, drops you up to £638 for the 4GB model and the £529 for the 2GB model, so it's not a good option to include a pen unless if you absolutely need one. In conclusion, I would give the product 3 to 5 stars, as it's well constructed, the whole device looks stylish, the battery life is absolutely amazing, a lot more features than ARM tablets such as the iPad, and it is silent and it never gets hot in my hand. However, the amount of storage space available, multitasking features, eMMC rather than SSD, such a slow charger, and the price even it out. But it's such a good attempt from Microsoft to make a tablet that could replace your laptop. We mean could as in web browsing, Office, Win32 applications such as Google Earth, 7-Zip, Firefox, Visual Studio, VLC and many more. streaming games from Xbox One or Steam, but for more intensive purposes such as Photoshop, movie editing and media native gaming, I would recommend the Surface Pro 4 rather than this device. With that in mind, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.